So this is a quick 15-minute warm-up. This is good to do before any exercise, whether you're playing tennis, hiking, playing with your dog, or ready to go to a gym and do a session. I call it head to toe. Join me. Nice circles, one shoulder at a time. Exhale, reverse, and now forward. Pay attention to what it feels like on your right and left side. Is everything equal? Is there any kind of feeling of resistance? And if everything feels good, we can contract both hands together and now move two shoulders at a time. Exhale. Follow me. And now forward shoulder rolls. Nice and easy. Having the hands to clasp together really limits the range of motion and allows you to warm it up perfectly. Now the same way, clasp and roll. Nice. If you're wondering what number we're doing about 8 to 12. Make it feel good. And forward circles. Hands are still clasped behind the back. Shake it out. If all of this felt good, let's do a full extension, like you're swimming on your back. Add a little bit of a twist of the body. Loose knees and hips. I'm just kind of moving around pleasantly. And forward, forward, reach and twist. Excellent. Big arms. And behind and up. Drop behind and bring it. Try to get your hands straight up above your body as much as you can. Nice and loose knees and hips. Good. And this time we're going to split our hands up. One goes down, one goes up. Switch. Beautiful. And to play around with it, let's move just slightly side to side. Different range of motion. Beautiful. And shake it. Now let's move all the way up. Touch your hands at the top and drop them. Loose knees and hips. Remember, this is a warm-up. What we're doing is bringing our body temperature up a little bit. That's what's making it warm. We're also checking to see how our body feels before we do any kind of strenuous activity and possibly injure ourselves. And we're increasing blood flow, which also tells our body that there's going to be a change in activity from whatever it is we were doing before. And let's keep our hands at a T, and movement comes from the shoulder circle. Swirl out into bigger and bigger and bigger circles. Again, the knees are soft, the hips are loose. I'm tightening my core and moving my arms from the shoulder socket. And reverse. And backwards. Big circle to smaller circles. Try to keep your hands up, even. Straight arms, movement comes from the shoulder. Tiny, tiny, tiny little circles and hands forward. Let's place the tips of our fingers together and we're going to push our fingertips back. Put pressure on it. Enjoy the stretch. Right in this area. You want to make sure that you feel that stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's do the same for the wrist. Bring the wrists together and down. Pushing the wrists back. We do so many things during our day that are repetitive. The goal of a good functional fitness workout is to balance out the activities that already happen in your life with those that don't happen enough. That way, you're evenly strong. Excellent. Cross. And let's just nice and loosely roll our wrists and then the other way. No right or wrong way. You can also do this in this format. Beautiful. Now let's bring the back of the hands together, but not just the fingers. We want the whole palm. And if initially this is difficult, that's okay. And then we're going to push down. Push your hands together so you feel the forearms, the elbow, and the shoulders working. Feel this pressure. Your wrists are being pushed forward. And now we're just gonna circle it out. Try to keep as much of your hand touching as possible. The more the hands touch, the more of a maneuverability you're practicing. The more your shoulders get the movements they need, the more your wrists get it. And reverse. Also, this really close range of motion is great for all of the sports that you do. It's a way to get your tennis racket close to your body. It's a way to wrestle out of a hold. It's the way to get close and get that soccer ball. So make sure you're nice and able to move. Beautiful. And hands down. Now let's open up our shoulders by twisting our thumbs out, enjoying the sky on our skin, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring the shoulders apart. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, palms up, and exhale, twist in. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's do some bends, starting with the sides. Hands down the side, drop your head, moving above the hip line. Side to side. Make sure you drop the head, because if you hold your head up, it's actually hurting the neck. But if you allow it to be down and hanging, it makes it feel so good. And to the other side. Excellent. Make sure you enjoy these stretches. Take a deep inhale and exhale to the other side. Exhale to the other side. One more each side. And if these felt good and you like the way they felt, we can now go right above, make ourselves taller by having our hands up and side bend this way. Slightly different feeling. Utilize a slightly different muscles. Really allows you to stretch that rib cage on the side bend. Nice. One more. Stop right at the middle and hands to the sides. We're going to go into forward bends. We want to make sure that we shift our hips backwards and forward bend. No bend in the knees. I'm also going to do this sideways so you have a nice view. Nice hip width apart, toes pointing forward, hands at the sides, and pull back and forward bend. You should feel it in your hamstrings. Beautiful. We're not stopping at the bottom. We're just moving. There and back, just like a wave coming to the beach. Beautiful. Nice forward bend. Excellent. And now backward bend. We're going to take our hands and place them right over here. So if you look at the side, there's these little spots right here. Sometimes they're called love handles. Don't you just love them? So you put your hands here. Your fingers are on the glutes, and your hands are on the lower back of your back. So bend the knees, look up and back, supporting yourself. And then forward bend. Good. You can also add hand extensions. And forward bend. Back. And forward bend. And one more. Back. Remember to go as far back as feels comfortable and as far forward as feels comfortable. After our bends, we do our twists. Keep your hands right up here. And the twist is really not a back cracking. It's a look behind. So I'm going to twist and look behind. And then I'm going to come back and look behind the other way. Again, I'm comparing right and left to make sure it feels good. And exhale on a twist. Nice. And if everything feels good, you can add momentum with your hands. Excellent. We've warmed up our shoulders, our back, our chest, our arms, our lower back now. We're going to go into some hip circles and transfer to the lower part of the body. And stop in the middle. Legs loose, hip width apart, and circle. Notice how my head stays in one place and my hips move. It's on purpose. And then whenever you're in the front, let's reverse the other way. Think side, front, side, back. Side, front, side, back. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see what it looks like. Side, front, side, back. Side, front, side, back. Notice there's minimal head movement. The body moves independently. Excellent. Now the second one, we're actually going to settle in and twist above the waist. And the head now draws a circle on the ceiling while the hips stay in place. And when you're in front, we can reverse and go the other way. If you have middle back pain or you're not sure if you should do this move, you probably shouldn't. Feel free to skip it or continue doing the hip circles, not the body circles. Excellent. And stop right in the middle. Now we're gonna just move our legs in all directions. Settle in, feet close together. Weight on one leg, weight on the other leg. If that feels good and you're able to stand, include nice, large, slow marching. Nice. The goal is to be able to stop at any given point and stand because it's under your control. Your body is yours to control. Gravity and momentum are just there in between when you're sleeping. Nice. Excellent. And let's add a little bit of a twist. 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 Beautiful. Nice. These count as forward bends and twists. Really gives you a nice strong core and a flat belly. Excellent. 2, 1. And some more side bends. Lift, lift. It's just as much about balance as it is about the bend, as it is about building core, right? Still part of our warm-up. Nice. 2, 1. Shake it out. And now we're gonna go right to our ankles. For our ankle, we're just gonna settle on one leg and circle the foot. You may need to hold on to something to do this, and reverse. Another option is to put your toe on the floor and circle your ankle this way, and the other. So this is the easier version, and then switch legs. This is the more complicated balanced version. Remember, the leg you're standing on is slightly bent. This is my shock system. I use that shock to help me stand up. And reverse circles. Again, you can just put your toe on the floor and move your knee around to give you a nice ankle movement. Beautiful. And nice wide stance. Wider than your hips, but not so wide where you're splitting. You should feel comfortable where you are. We're gonna stretch our groin. Hands in front. Lean back, lean forward. Lean back, lean forward. From the side, that should look like this. Feet are parallel, hip width apart. Lean back, lean forward. Lean back, lean forward. Good. And we're gonna use this moment. Stay on the lean back, and then just nice and easy, right, left hip. Get your hip out of the way. Feel that stretch inside. If you're standing forward, this is what it should look like. Minimal movement. Notice how my knees are staying right above my feet. Excellent. And if this feels good, you can go a little deeper. A little deeper. We're just staying there. We're not shifting. We're not moving our feet. Just going deeper in there. And if your deep is not as deep, that's fine. It will progress. And now we're gonna lift our toe up towards the sky and really get the lower part right underneath our seat. Remember, there's no stopping, and don't go so far that you can't come back. 2, 2, 1, and done. Great job. Just a few kicks, loosen those legs up, and we're good to go and do our workout.